Hi everybody and welcome to Artsy Fartsy with Emily. Today we are making some snowy trees and our principle of art is unity.
These three pictures all show unity. The first has unity because all the trees are frosted. In the middle photo, all the trees are lush and green. The leaves of the trees in the last picture show unity because they have all begun to change color for the fall. In each individual picture, we see unity. But if we look at all three, we can also find unity. They all have one thing in common: trees. Unity in art is making sure all the parts of your artwork go together. Today we are going to create an artwork that looks something like this. The colors and the trees having the same frosted design create a look of unity. For this project, you will need 2 sheets of paper, a pair of scissors, a white crayon, glue stick, and a watercolor set. Don't forget your water and your paintbrush.
All right, take your first piece of paper and we're going to draw 3 long, skinny rectangles that kind of look like trees. Like this, but use a really light pencil mark. I'm doing these really lightly in pencil. Oh, beautiful job. And we're going to cut these out later. And one of the ways that we add unity to these trees is we're going to decorate them the same way. We're going to draw branches on these trees, but whatever I do on one tree, I'm going to do on all my trees. So you could make branches like this. You could make branches like this. You could make branches like, draw a trunk and make branches that go out like this. It's up to you how you draw your branches, but draw them lightly with your pencil. So I think I'm going to draw mine really lightly like this. Oh, it looks like you're doing the same as me. I like how you're doing those so nice and light. Remember, if you start whatever design you choose,
you have to do on the other trees.
Right. So that they all show unity.
I'm putting them in different places so that it's like a real tree.
Awesome. Okay, finish up your trees. Good job. Now I'm going to take my white crayon and everywhere I drew in pencil, I'm going to go over with a white crayon. And I want it to be, it's hard to see the white crayon, but I'm going to make all my lines, I'm going to cover all my lines with a white crayon, and I'm going to make my lines pretty thick. You won't be able to see it on the video, but I'm making those lines really thick with white crayon. All right, now we are going to use a technique called a wash, which means we are going to cover our whole paper with water. So I'm just gonna swish, swish, swish water on my paper. I'm gonna get everywhere on my trees wet. And I'm gonna go super quick because I don't want it to dry before I get to the next step. Then I'm going to swoosh, and you can choose whatever colors you use, but because we're talking about unity, whatever colors you put on one tree, I want you to put them somewhere on the other tree. So I'm going to put some green on this tree, and some green on this tree, and then some green on this tree. And you don't have to stay within the lines. You might also notice that because we put white crayon on these trees, the places where we would put white crayon aren't getting colored. So it kind of makes those stand out and look like they're covered in snow or like they're frosty. So I put some green on each tree. I put some blue on each tree. Nia is putting some pink on each tree. Let's see, maybe, I'm wondering about adding some orange, but I'm worried it might turn into brown. And let's see, then maybe I'll do some purpley pink. Let's see. And one of the really cool things is that because we did that wash with water before we started adding color, all the colors will look kind of dreamy and cloudy and kind of watery, really pretty. Maybe I'll add a little bit of yellow, but I'm gonna make sure it doesn't mix too much with those other colors because I don't want it to get like brown and goopy looking. Oh, Nia, that's looking good.
I like that.
Okay, so add pink. I see you have pink and blue and green. Make sure each of your trees has pink and blue and green on it, please. When you're done coloring your trees, you're gonna let them dry. We're gonna take our pencil and we are going to make a line where the sky and the snow meet. I'm gonna make mine kind of wavy. And then we're not gonna paint the snow. We are just gonna paint the sky. And we're gonna use the same technique we did last time. We're gonna get it wet first. And so I forgot a step, back up. We need to add our snowflakes. So make little dots all over the sky, little tiny dots. And if you can't see them right now, that's okay. But the water and the watercolors won't stick to those snowy dots that we make. Okay, you have your snow dots all over. Okay, keep going. I like how you're making them nice and small. Okay, now I'm going to take my brush and we're going to do the same thing we did. We're going to get the sky wet. And so we're just going to swoosh the sky with just water, no colors yet. And that's going to make the colors more dreamy. And so you got to swoosh super quick on this part. And I didn't get the snow wet. Good job, you did that so fast, Nia. Now that my paper is good and wet, I am going to add some color. And I'm gonna I can choose whatever colors I want. You could do oranges, you could do yellows, you could do reds like a sunset, or maybe you want it to be like bluish, greenish, like the northern lights. That's kind of what I'm going for.
Once your trees and your background are dry, cut out your trees and glue them onto your background. And voila, you have a beautiful snowy tree scene.
Thanks for joining us on Artsy Fartsy with Emily. Keep creating and keep learning.